hit it.
Mhm.
I would like to confirm that I have the correct dates and times first and foremost. Look at the top and let me know if 0809 in the morning, September 10, 93. Is that the correct city, country?
Yes, that is right.
Let's check the second app. Look at the top of this one as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. All right. Welcome to your human design.
Thank you.
This is your body graph. Out of the 4 types, you are a generator, which means that you have got life force energy. You're the life force energy of this planet. And your sacral is defined, which means you have unlimited energy as long as you use it correctly. Correctly being the word we emphasize here. Okay, so your sacral is actually this circle right here that you see out of the 9 chakras. This is your sacral right there. That red circle right there. Can you see that?
Okay. Mhm.
This is where your sacral energy comes from. Okay, so this is the center of your life-sustaining creative energy. It's a motor, so you can think of it as like a Tesla battery. So if you ever end up dating somebody else who may not be a generator, who may be like a projector or a manifester, or if you ever have children, then because you have a battery, sometimes you need to sleep apart for the other person to discharge. So it's a very interesting thing to understand. You are run by your emotions, which means you are an emotional authority. That's how you make decisions. And 50% of the population are run by their emotions and 50% are not. Men, woman, doesn't matter. So that means that sleep on it when it comes to important decisions is one of the most important thing you can say to somebody, and let them honor that. So that way your emotional roller coaster can go up and down as many times as it needs to until you make up your mind.
That sounds about right.
And it's something so beautiful, because when you have your emotions defined, you can understand how you can relate to other people on an emotional level, as well as help others once you understand your emotions, also understand their emotions, bringing forth that emotional intelligence, which is so important for humans. The one other thing about emotions is that if you are ever around other people who are not run by their emotions, the way that you may come across may be too much for them to handle, and they may shut down.
Too much in what way?
So, for example, I don't run by my emotions. If we were together in a relationship and let's say you got slightly frustrated about something, and in your body you feel that frustration, and you talk to me like, why didn't you bring the eggs? Just something small. Let's say in your body it feels at a 2. I could feel it at like a level 6 as an attack. And if I wasn't so highly evolved, I would shut down because I would get heavily triggered and I wouldn't know how to process this. And I wouldn't know how to communicate to you how you come across. So this is the big thing in relationships, as well as when you have children, in any relationship, romantic or not, and even at work, like understanding that some people are not run by their emotions, but the only way for you to know how you come across is if you make it okay for them to communicate to you. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. I definitely do.
Because when they communicate and you make it okay for them to say like, oh, I'm feeling your emotions at like a level this, then you know how you come across to the outside world. Because in your body, you don't know, because you're constantly run by it.
So how do you be able to calm that down to not make that?
Communicate. If these are people that like really matter to you and you have close relationships with them, then you can first of all, you could pull their chart and see if they're emotional or not. And second, you can communicate and say, I am an emotional authority. Like, I am run by my emotions. I constantly feel my emotions. So sometimes I may come across in a way that may be way too much for you to handle. Please communicate, because I have no idea. Sometimes I don't understand myself, because I'm constantly having an emotional roller coaster inside. So for kids, this is important also, like for kids, like when I was little, sometimes parents, they don't understand this, so they can't process their emotions. So then they broadcast their emotions on the children, and their children feel like they're the more emotional ones because they don't know how to process this. So they shut down or they scream and lash out. That's pretty life-changing, right? When you like pull this up and
I'm like, wow, this all makes sense. I knew it.
you got to trust your emotions when you make decisions because you're an emotional authority. Okay? Relationships, especially important decisions like relationships, where you live, job, like really life-changing.
So does like my emotional authority like cause me to make bad decisions out of emotion, like in the moment?
You shouldn't be making decisions in a moment. The whole idea here is that you need to let your emotions ride their waves, and you need to be okay with not knowing what the answer is until you let them just go up and down and you've made up your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are a split definition, and this means that some of your circuits are unconnected in terms of energy, the way that it runs. So you need the energy of other people to bridge the gap. And it doesn't mean that you need to interact with them, but when you are in public places, other people are bridging the gap for you energetically. So then the circuit runs smoothly.
Makes a lot of sense for me too. I was just thinking about that today, actually. I was like, like I was like, sometimes people really suck, but I love people and I love my job for that because I always am going places and having to meet people. And as much as, you look at I guess the grand scheme of things, sometimes you're upset with people, just random, people, but I'm blessed that I kind of have that want to just kind of engage with other people and get to know other people because it's made so many beautiful relationships for me or friendships for me, just in general, being that kind of more social person and needing other people's energy. I definitely relate with that.
They help you bridge the gap. And here is an experiment for you. Next time you go to work at like a Starbucks, work out of a Starbucks, see how you feel, because you will see that you don't actually need the interaction with the other people, that you're getting their energy even when you're not having the interaction with them, because they're bridging the gap, because we're living in energetic soup. So I want you to do that experiment and come back to me and let me know how more fulfilled, like how like connected you felt just by having energy around and not even necessarily having interacted with people.
Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting because I'm such a talker. I've probably never even actually done that.
See if you can get answers, the stuff that you need, not even interacting, just allowing the energy to help you bridge those gaps. Your profile, what we talked about today, you're 1-3, investigating martyr. So at the conscious level, and the way that you see yourself is the investigator. So through asking questions and constantly inquiring, you're building the foundation that you can step on. You want all the details of every problem. You study a lot before you do certain things and participate in seminars, workshops. This makes you feel comfortable because you're doing yourself, you're investigating, and you wouldn't feel complete without lots of details. And the way that other people see you is experimental and experiential in nature. So you keep going, you make mistakes, you bump into the wrong people and get stuck in the wrong situations, and you learn from it. How did that affect me? And then you internalize the results, because you can't rely on anyone else's experience to understand something. You must try it to know it yourself. And the words are not enough for you due to your inward focus. You can't just watch someone else do it, but need to experience it so that you know it and you can live it. When the two come together, I love this app for this. This is called the establisher of knowledge and truth, by the way, your profile. So the way that you see yourself, as I mentioned, is the investigator. You have to always be prepared and confident. The way that others see you is, the outside sees you as the experimenter. Again, both for self. And when they come together, it might seem counterintuitive to be both a knowledge seeker and an experimenter. The key to blending these two parts of you is remembering the truth, that truth evolves as you evolve. And it will evolve a lot for you, as you have natural tendency toward being a spiritual seeker. As you move through life and discover new things, you will establish new truths. So don't be afraid to keep moving on from things you previously believed. This is just you going higher and higher in perspectives and viewpoints. You're someone who's constantly meant to be evolving your definition of the truth. So keep letting go and moving with the changes that life is nudging you towards. Okay, so this is you seeking authorities that help you make sense of the journey, and that's a healthy thing for you to do. You can use them to help you understand your process, but at the same time, you have to feel like you discovered those things for yourself through your own experience. This is very important to you living your purpose. So it's a balance of gathering intel, but then also testing and trialing it out to see if it passes your test. You're a natural skeptical person with a healthy dose of questioning, which helps you preserve the fact that you're meant to discover things on your own. But also, you can't be lied to, as you have a nose for the truth. Eventually, you become an authority yourself, but you tend to not like attention until you feel qualified enough. Remember that qualified enough is not a destination. You will always have things you'll be qualified enough to speak about, and there will always be more to discover and learn. So don't hold off feeling like you have something to contribute, feeling like you have something to contribute before you reach this non-existent state of completely qualified. You are the person that knows their beep in a way that we can truly trust, because you've actually tried it all out and filtered it through your own excellent high standards. So this is your profile. 1-3, investigating martyr, or also known as the establisher of knowledge and truth. So like I mentioned, generator, emotional intuition, you are here to respond. This is how you make things happen. That's the strategy, how you make decisions. You think in black and white, in yes and no. In the way that you want people to approach you is by giving you a choice between this or this, not open-ended. And that's for you to communicate in this lifetime if you want your relationships to thrive. At the end of the day, are you using, by the way, the book, The 7 of Manifesting, to fill this information out or no?
So I'm taking notes, but
Planner has a few pages for notes for this, FYI.
I didn't see that.
So the very first portion, after it explains about manifesting, how to manifest, is the human design, and it's all broken down to these sections, just like I'm going through them.
Okay, so I'll probably take notes and then put it in this after, because being like a Virgo as I am, I want to write it out perfectly. So
okay, cool. Okay, your sign, how you know that you're on the right path, is at the end of the day, when you lay down in bed, you're like, you feel satisfaction. And this is true for all generators and manifesting generators, because of the same energy type. And it's satisfaction at the end of the day, that you've lived your day to the fullest, that you really put your best foot forward. The not self sign, when you feel that you are not on the right path, you experience frustration. And frustration looks like this. Nothing is happening. This is not going the way I want. I'm so bored. I'm so over this. I'm being made, forced to do this, but I don't want to. I have all these obligations. I want to shake them off and be free. I feel like I'm having a life sucked out of me. I'm being pulled in all these different directions. It seems like everyone else is doing what they love, but nothing is coming to me. I can't seem to do that. I should be able to create happiness, but I just can't. I have no energy to do what I dream. What's the point of all of this? Why does it feel like walking through mud and taking so much effort to get things going? I'm so tired. So whenever you feel like that, this is not your true self. Okay, so this is your not self theme, is frustration. So your manifestation, I already mentioned, you are non-specific. Right? Do you understand what that means?
Yes. So
You do.
meaning I don't really need to be super specific about my manifestation and the color and the year, make, model of the car, for instance. I just have to kind of have the idea and let it flow, and the universe will kind of bring me what it knows is best for me, which
Yes.
is really what I think that I've kind of done subconsciously my whole life, is kind of just trust in that process itself. So it's funny to see that that's what my manifesting type is this whole time.
You can still create a vision, so that way you still have something that makes you feel and you're moving forward towards, so you can realize that you're the creatrix.
Yeah.
The whole idea is to realize that you're creating this when you say yes to life. And when you're painting that picture and selling a vision to yourself, a general vision, you're creating it. You're manifesting it. Right? Love that. All right. You're not specific. Oh, don't look at your life purpose yet. Your digestion. So your system is very sensitized to light. It needs soft lighting and not too much bright light in order to digest best. And also to think best. Not too much bright light. Your digestion works best once the sun has gone down. So it's best for you to eat most of your calories, or at least your biggest and heaviest meal, at dinner time. The more you practice this, the more you'll see how starting your day with a huge bowl of oatmeal actually zaps your energy and ability to think clearly. Remember that this is a journey, and the goal is certainly not to fast all day. It's more that each tweak you make toward living your digestion pays off. If you're eating at a restaurant, choose the soft, moody lighting, or if you're eating with 12 people, sit away from the bright chandelier in the middle of the table. There are always little things you can do, and they all add up. Your brain. Sunshine makes your brain relax. Daylight is resting and processing time for you. Darkness is for you to take information and develop. Develop your gifts. Develop the health of your body to absorb the world around you. Baby, can you close the door? Sorry. Anthony. 1 second, sorry. I can hear his television on. All right.
So question, so like what does it exactly mean, like when they say darkness is the time to take my information and for it to develop? Like what does that mean?
So your body, remember how this is on subatomic level, right? So I'm deciphering what was happening in the planets and everything. So this is an explanation of who you are to the subatomic particle, yeah?
Yeah.
So it says that sunshine actually makes your brain relax. So in the daytime, that's your resting time.
Yeah.
And actually at night is when you process information and develop your gifts, your health, your body. because you can absorb information better.
Okay.
And this is an experiment. Like you experiment to see if is there a way for you to do like more of your work stuff at night.
Mm.
I mean, this is an experiment to see if that would, you know,
Yeah.
beneficial for you. See like Fasana, and that's what I like to do also. Like the first half, see if you can do the first half of the day for you and then work toward the later hour.
Yeah.
See if it makes a difference. When you need to think, learn, work, or eat, you'll get your best results when in softer, gentler light. This is because energetically you are skilled at seeing what's hidden, what's not in plain sight, seeing energy and vibes rather than things. So setting up your life this way will help you truly see in your way. So you need soft, soothing lighting. That's important for you whenever you're doing some work or learning. So when you're in the sun, it switches you off in a good way. And when you're in an office with harsh fluorescent lights, for example, it shuts you down. If you do work in bright artificial environments and can't change it, blue light blocking glasses are especially helpful for you. So what I'm sensing, like, let yourself melt in the sun. You have a passive brain, meaning it's in the doing nothing moments that you start to get all overstimulated. Make sure that you're carving enough blank time in your day for your brain to think out all of its thoughts so that you don't build up a backlog of thinking and brain processing time. When you pack your day with distraction, the second you hit the lights, your brain will start to churn, and that's when you'll be up and unable to sleep. You're also the person that needs to switch off the television and electronics the most before bed because you need to give your brain some time in the soft lighting before bed so it can process things before it's time to sleep. If not, you run the risk of being overstimulated and unable to sleep. So sunshine is good for you. Use the daylight as your medicine. When you're overthinking or overstressed, you might notice that it's hard for you to work or think when you're somewhere beautiful and sunny. This is because it's fully turning you off. It's turning off your brain. And when you know this, you can change the timing of when you do things so that you can get the best rest and best creativity out of you. Eating patterns. Since your brain is passive, it's best for you not to hold on to any fixed timing and schedules. You might want to eat dinner at 6 one day and 8 the next. Go with it. Your brain sometimes isn't ready to take in food, and if you force it, it will actually end up draining your energy batteries. So the more you can pay attention to your hunger cues, the better. And the more you can truly stop eating when you've had enough, even if you have only 3 bites left, the better it is for your system. This is what it means to be hyper-tuned, in a hyper-tuned state to your energy pattern for the day, which changes constantly for you. So the biggest component for you is to realize, in you thriving, is to realize that you weren't built to be consistent. And even though the world tells us that we have to be consistent to be successful, you'll actually have more peace and success when you let yourself flow more. So your strongest sense, oh, I know, did you already see this? Oh yeah, I think I already told you.
No, honestly, I didn't even look at it. I didn't look at that part, so I don't see it.
You know what it is? Or did I already reveal that to you?
You told me. Maybe.
I did, okay.
I
Uh,
make sure there actually. I don't know.
Sharing your gifts, so funny. I'm getting like those highlights. Like so much, like there's so much energy happening. So your strongest spidey sense out of the six is just like mine, physical touch.
Oh, you did tell me yes.
Sharing your love and your gifts using your physical body. So what does this mean? If you think of everything as energy, frequency, vibration, the world wants you to demonstrate through your own body, whether you're cooking and like doing a video out of it, like what I'm doing, like with Tantra, like touching your face, like anything that you're doing, or another person, your hands are more powerful than other people that have other spidey senses.
What are the other spidey senses?
Uh, seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting,
Oh, the actual senses.
tasting, feeling,
Uh,
and imagination.
okay. Nice. Okay.
So when people touch you, that's how you experience love the most. When you touch others, that's how you experience love the most.
Interesting.
No wonder you love the Tantra.
Right? It makes sense.
So this is your superpower. So everything that you do when you're demonstrating and you're touching something, people have the most influence. Even when you're touching a computer and people see you touch the computer, like if you're walking into a room and you want to move the flowers somewhere, you just touch that. Like this is your superpower. So affection and touch are the way you share your genius, your light, and your power with others. So no matter what you're doing, get your hands and sense of touch involved. When they say get your hands dirty or roll up your sleeves, that's you. Not sitting on the sidelines of things, but really getting involved at the heart of it. So whenever you want to make something more successful, throw yourself into it. Interact with it. Get intimate with it. So when you feel like, for example, they say interior design, you really need to feel the fabric. Okay, if you're leading a team, it really helps you to get in there and do the tasks with them and demonstrate with the group regularly. If you're an event planner, even if you have the whole team under you that you direct, don't be afraid to do things yourself with your hands. And the same in your personal life. You show love and feel most love when there's grabbing, holding, touching, play fighting, and all these kinds of interactions. Which Tantra obviously falls very much in line with all of this fun stuff. Yeah. So when you're hugging somebody, it's more powerful than other people hugging them. And when you hold somebody's baby, it's more powerful than could be even their mother, because that's your spidey sense. People closest to you will feel the most love from you when you physically demonstrate it. Affection, touch, doing some kind of a task physically. And don't be afraid to tell people to show you love that way also, because that's how you can feel it. So make sure everything around you, like the fabrics around you, everything that you are touching always feels good, because you're touching everything, like where you're sitting right now, the chair, like the couch, like make sure that everything that's around you that has to do with touch or touching you is always something that makes you feel comfortable. With food, same thing, touch it, eat with your hands, like let yourself get in there, yeah? Now you're gonna get more and more tuned in. You're like, Dasha, come here, let me touch your face.
Stuffing my face at dinner, just so.
And as I mentioned, you are emotional, which means that you are run by your emotions. Okay. Now let's get into gifts. So remember how I mentioned, if you see here on the right side, these are the gifts or gates that were activated at your point of birth that you are conscious of. You see them on the right.
The black?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're conscious of those things. You have consistent access to them. You're conscious of them. The ones on the left, and as you see in the middle, like the signs and the planets, super cool. On the left is unconscious, but this is what actually is driving you. This is your destiny, like on identity level. And when you trust your emotional authority, so you trust your emotions and really sleep on it, you operate on yes, as a generator, you operate based on responding as opposed to initiating or being the first person. You understand this 1-3 and you understand how your system works. That's when you can allow for each one of these unconscious gifts that are on destiny level really come through, like I mentioned in the session today. And that's like your source power, who you authentically are, because it's underneath the surface. And just real quick, I know you've seen this in the video, but all the centers that are not defined, like all of these centers that you see that are not colored in, you are susceptible to conditioning from the outside world. And you get to decide which ideas you want to stick to, but you don't have consistent information, for example, to inspiration, to conceptualization, to the throat chakra. So you don't need to speak things into existence. Like people.
So that's what the green one is?
So this one is throat chakra. When this is defined, people need to speak things into reality. Since you don't need to speak it into reality.
And then what's the
So
brown?
what you have defined, this one, so you have this defined. This is a center, chakra center, that is active, defined, which means you have consistent access to it. So you have a center, your identity self. This is an identity center, and this is how you experience love and understanding yourself. It doesn't change based on the people being around you and you being by yourself. And it doesn't change whether you're with family or friends or coworkers. You always have consistent access to this love and this direction and like knowing who you are.
And that's the red circle in the center.
No, this is this one.
Sorry,
The yellow one. That's the yellow
one. Okay.
This is the identity center. The red one is that sacral.
This way, okay.
And then the bottom is the root.
Okay.
The root gives physical pressure, but it also gives you that energy that is used to fuel different activities.
Okay.
The root also is you're encouraged to do like physical exercise in order to release that energy in a healthy way. And then this is your emotions. Okay. So as I already explained that. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So now, do you remember from the video, or I guess I just mentioned it, the black gates, what do they mean? And what does the red mean?
The black is the conscious and the red is unconscious, right? Yeah.
So black, you're aware of it because that was at the point of conception, and the red, 88 days before.
Oh, okay.
Prenatal, so that's actually what's driving you. And when you trust your authority and you respond to things and you understand that other people bridge the gap, it comes through you. Yeah. So ready for the gifts?
Yes.
Gift. Oh, drum roll. Gift or activation for a logical mind. And you're going to be able to see this also in the app once you pull it up, or I can send you screenshots. But you have a logical mind, and that is a gift that very many people need, because that helps people create structure from the chaos, because it brings logic to order to their world. Do you think you're conscious or unconscious of this gift?
Conscious.
Okay, now look at the chart. We're looking for 4.
Oh, it's in my unconscious.
So
So,
you may have already intuitively like started living it.
uh-huh.
This is what really drives you. These are the essence of your identity, your destiny.
So maybe I didn't have so much, I wasn't really conscious that I had a logical mind maybe until recently. That could make sense.
Superpower. Gift 5, marching to your own rhythm. Conscious or unconscious?
I guess, what does that mean per se? Kind of like, how would you explain that?
Okay, well, here you go. So you have a strong internal sense of your own rhythm. So you don't fit into the world's timing or schedules.
Conscious.
Your body has its own sense of when it wants to do certain things. Even if that's unconventional, you have to honor it because making sure things happen in the best way is how you do them and when you do them best. There is such a thing as divine timing, meaning if you listen to your internal clock, you'll do things at the best time. So when you feel like sending that email at 10 p.m. because that's what feels good to you, people will receive it at that time and they'll feel it and it'll have the best possible outcome. And this is how you're going to have the best synchronicities. Because you have your own rhythm. And when you trust that rhythm, it comes across and people can feel it. So trust your body's internal clock, conscious or unconscious.
Definitely conscious.
We're looking for 5.
Wow, unconscious.
Well, you may have become conscious. I mean, these are things that but this is your destiny level, this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Gift 7, natural integrity. Is that self-explanatory?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think you're conscious or unconscious of it?
I would say unconscious. That's the opposite for me, conscious.
Conscious. And it's not natural for people.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why sometimes people get like promoted or put into positions of power because they have that. So other people, without realizing it, would push you into a position like that because of your integrity.
Okay. Well, that actually does make sense, actually, though, because that happened to me, but I kind of, I guess, was more shocked by it. I didn't really expect it. So maybe that's that fine line.
So now you understand that like people will put you more and more in positions of power because now what you're bringing to the table is something that they need but don't have. Mind-blowing, right?
Agree.
Gift 9, focus and precision. Conscious or unconscious?
Conscious, I would say. Let's see. Yeah, that one I was on.
And that's a gift. And when people are with you, the quantums are created. So when they are working with you, they get access to focus on precision and precision. This is why us telling somebody to focus, if we are not helping them focus and maybe they can't, it's like a funny,
Since
right?
the focus part for me is not so much, but the precision, I guess, makes more sense for me. But I try to be as focused as I can, but okay, it makes sense.
It's a gift. It's a gift. People with gift 9 like precision and can tell from a practical perspective what's worth your attention and time and energy and what is not. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Gift 15,
Okay.
venturing to the extremes.
Sounds about right. I'm so sorry. Can you give me 1 second? My cat dumped his food everywhere and is eating all of it. So could you just give me
Oh, that's
one
okay. It's okay.
second?
Do your thing. Okay. 15, conscious or unconscious? Or was it 15?
What was the name of it
Yeah,
again?
15, venturing to the extremes.
Oh yes, that I feel like I'm conscious of that.
Conscious?
Yeah, it is actually too. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the decimal place mean if it's like 15.5?
Are you talking about up here?
Yeah, with the numbers like, oh, okay, line 5. Okay. Okay. So I thought I didn't understand the actual second part of it.
Mhm.
Un-
Gift 16, enthusiasm.
I would say conscious. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, wait, I am conscious. I see it. Okay.
And that's a superpower. FYI. Gift 18, improvement.
I would say conscious.
Because you see higher version of things.
Yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Says unconscious though. That's interesting. So with just, I guess, evolving and getting more in tune with learning myself and knowing my higher power, my worth, does that change from obviously becoming something that was unconscious to then now conscious?
Oh, so the more you embody this and the more you work with your human design, yes, like you become conscious of this, but this is like your destiny level. Like these are the most important aspects of who you are. So if you think of it like that, we're on improvements, right? If you think of it like, how do you develop that even more to become conscious of it even more? Like when you are trusting your emotions, waiting to respond, knowing that you're experiment or experiential, you could have an opportunity to respond to. And when you trust your emotions and you let you ride and you really wanted to make an improvement on something that is so much bigger than you could have ever imagined. Do you see what I mean? It's like a muscle that you train. It's like there was a Google before Google. It's correct. They just had a person that found a way to make the search better. That's the improvement. Right? So it can be as big or small, but as long as you're following your strategy and authority, this is a gift. This is huge. Gift 22, grace and charm.
I don't know. I would say unconscious for me on that one. Conscious, interesting.
How could this be beneficial when you really embody this?
I think that for me, I think that I do have a sense of charm just in my personality and the way I do communicate with others. But I don't know, I think for personal relationships, work in general, even just with myself, um, giving me that almost sense of like confidence a little bit as well.
And then also like knowing when to disconnect yourself from situations that you feel like emotionally you don't need to be in.
That's very, very, very true.
Because when you do that, you also like open up to more of your gifts because you conserve your energy, you conserve your emotions, you conserve all of the brilliance, which is you. Because when the right invitation comes, the right opportunity comes for you to respond to, you have the energy because you didn't use it on something that didn't feel right. That was part of the reason I took myself out of a bunch of different WhatsApp groups and things that were using my energy, where I did not feel like I was being elevated in any way. That was just very important because our energy, our source power is so precious. And when we really honor it, we get more of the things that we desire, and that's how we thrive, and that's how we blossom, and that's how we're in perfect shape. Like, so that's important. Gift 26. I love this one. Tailoring your message. It means that you can go out and sell the same thing to 10 different people in the way that they need to hear it.
Interesting. Okay.
I have that one as well. Conscious or unconscious? Which one was it? That's 26.
Oh, it's unconscious. Message. Yeah, I would say that for me would be that makes sense.
And remember, now the more that you understand this is part of your destiny. And you have that in you. Because this is who you are, part on identity level, right? Is when you're ready and we create that message, that you will have the ability to go and share that offering, that message, that idea with the person how they need to hear it. Because your inner being will know what to do. Your inner being on destiny level knows how to tailor the message. Now you get to let it come through.
It's really powerful.
And then when you practice these things, I mean, what comes through you because you fully trust and you do your daily rituals and you have that vision, it will surprise you and you're gonna be like, who is that? And you're gonna be like, oh, Dasha, she got me. You're like, wow, I really do have that and I own it.
Yes.
Gift 27, a natural ability to nurture and care.
Say that's conscious for me. Wow, I'm shocked with that one a little bit.
I mean, you may already be conscious of it, but this is what drives you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a superpower. Because everybody wants to feel like they're in the presence of a mother, a father, somebody that makes them feel safe. And you have that. Superpower. And by the way, right now at your work, you do understand that like you're bringing all this to the table. And we're not even we're like halfway done on the gifts. Not even.
Oh
You're
my God.
bringing all of that to the table in the package. You're getting paid and everything right now for all of this. I just need you to understand like what is happening. And what you're doing there as a result of just being there, not even doing anything. Yeah, let that sink in. How truly valuable you are. Whew. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you can't, I mean, this is science. I mean, I'm not coming up with this stuff. This is deciphering you based on your birth and 88 days before. Gift 30, the desire to feel deeply.
I feel like that's conscious.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
I know that one I was like, it has to be.
Mm. And it's a superpower.
Mm.
One that many people are afraid of. Gift 35, life's information keepers. So you have that ability to see how things are connected and understand the universal human experience.
Wow.
Because you fully show up as you with the exact skills and passions you inherently possess. What you inherently possess is alignment. So don't be afraid of trying new things and adventuring through life, nor be afraid to spread information simply because you feel like it. No story is too small, too dumb, or too inconsequential. If you're sharing it because you're interested in it, it's right. You don't need to see how information is going to serve people for it to serve them. Follow your bliss and let the universe self-organize around you.
I love that. I very much love that. Unapologetically just going about it, going
Yes,
off of what I
no
want.
matter how it will be perceived, because your peeps, as you keep going, as you keep sharing, whatever you feel to share from your heart, will start flocking to the sound of your voice. Conscious or unconscious, life's information keepers, 35.
I think that's one we just did, right?
Yep, 35. Conscious or unconscious?
Um, I would say conscious. Unconscious.
You know what this is good for also?
Right.
Helping people make sense of their life experience.
Mm.
I have that one also. Because a lot of people can't see, and you can
That does make sense.
make sense out of it, right? Gift 39, provoking with consciousness. We tend to think of provoking as a negative, but you came here to learn to do it in a good way. There are times when people need to be woken up a bit, when someone needs to say the things that need to be said and no one else will say them. Or to jar people enough that they pay attention. The gift 39 has that ability to step up and provoke people in a way that moves them forward, gets things done, and changes people. So pay attention and feel into the moments when you feel pulled to use this gift of provoking. And ask yourself, do I want to say this because I genuinely believe this person needs to be a bit nudged? Or am I doing it out of ego to prove that I'm right or feel vindicated? When you do it with good consciousness, it's such a service to this world, and you are a purveyor of the light. Learning when to use that provoking energy strengthens your gift even more and increases the potential of its impact. Conscious or unconscious?
I would say unconscious. That was right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does the arrows mean?
Which ones?
Next to the two, like next to 39. There's like one next to 39 and one next to 55.
Yes, so that's a complete channel. You see how 39 connects with 55? Watch this. It's a complete channel, which means 55, 39, emoting, individual and emotional uncertain energy, which eventually settles.
So what is that? How does that relate to the provoking with consciousness or the gift 55?
So because you can process emotions, you can feel that emotion going through, and then you can feel it settling at the end.
Okay.
It's your superpower.
Okay.
So you understand like that the emotion will settle as the emotion even begins to ride its course.
Okay.
Cool.
And it goes, and sorry, and it goes like even, and it's mostly pertaining to those two gifts that have the arrow then
No,
is where,
in general to everything, because remember everything in the chart is connected to everything else.
okay. Okay.
They're all correlated because they're an intrinsic network,
Okay.
right? A community, just like the community in the body.
Okay.
And obviously, like all of these things are gonna make more sense as you're practicing them and you have these higher levels of awareness that you're like, oh, okay, I get that. Because we aren't meant to read this now and like understand everything about it. Like this is through your experimentation that you're gonna get like higher and higher levels, and this is gonna make more and more sense over time,
Yeah.
you know? So provoking with consciousness. Provoke when you really feel that it's the truth. It needs to be heard. Gift 45, getting everybody on the same page.
Oh, wait, I think we missed 43.
Oh, 43, unique opinions and insights. Why is this a gift? Because people care about your opinions and insights. It also goes hand in hand with your 1-3 from your own life experience. So when you go out and share something that you did based on your life experience and your opinion, whether that was good or bad, people would take it as law for them.
Interesting.
So it's up to you to communicate what you approve of and what you don't approve on, because that your unique opinions and insights really make a difference for other people that follow you, because they trust it. That's your gift.
I would say conscious for that. I'm excited to see what that actually is.
43.
No.
Both.
Oh, it is bold. Oh, wow. What does that mean when it's bold?
You're both conscious of it, and it also drives your identity on destiny level. So see, now you understand that based on your own experience, what opinions and ideas and insights that you have really truly matter. Like, we need them, as opposed to just keeping them in your head for yourself. Because they're unique. So gift 45, getting everybody on the same page.
Unconscious. Okay.
And the cool thing about this, once I post about everybody's, then we all look at each person, then we understand like how we can be best of service, as well as knowing who to ask for what.
Is that what that means by like getting everyone on the same page, like understanding who to go to for what? And
So because I don't think I have this gate, like the way that you view and can make this happen is way more powerful than I can, for example. So let's, for example, say that you're running, let's say you end up being the one running the manifestation, or you have a company. You have that gift of being able to put everybody like on the same page, which naturally people would put you in a position of leadership, because that's who you are. And it's a gift. Amazing, right? And this is conscious or unconscious? 45, right? 45?
Was
Yeah.
it unconscious, I believe.
Unconscious, yes.
I can see that now that I understand it more a little bit in depth. That makes sense.
These are the superpowers that are
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
How important is it to get
It
everybody?
it really is. You know, for me, I really realized by just being thrown in a leadership position a year and a half ago at that. And I was like, I never would have thought. Like, I'm the person who's always like, no, wait, I need to learn from you. Wait, what do I do? Oh my God. And now it just turned the page for me. And I didn't realize or understand why, because I never saw myself in that light. So it's very empowering to have this reading and understand who I am and understand that's why I was given that, you know? So
The world will naturally do these things, and you'll be like, what? And this like explains to you why.
to the T.
And now you can, with all of this information, like go out there and like really raise the bar for yourself. Whether you're asking for more money, or because when you communicate your value better, they can also understand, oh, snap. Because you own it and you know it's you. And no one can take that away from you for the rest of your life. How cool is this?
It really is. It
Oh
really
my
is.
God. Oh my God. Do you see why I'm so obsessed? Like this?
Yeah. It goes into every single like pivot point of your life. It's really beautiful.
It's like the best awakening, like full potential. Like, can you just imagine if every human, or as many as we can, had access to this and like just really own their power?
Yeah.
Beautiful world. We'll just do one at a time for now. Ah, gift, where are we?
47. Oh
No,
wait, no,
46, 46.
46.
Love
46.
of physical self and its power. You can't think your way into loving your body. You have to put it in motion so you can really feel in touch with the power of it. See, it's the same thing with the Tantra. It is through your physical body that we actually manifest things on this planet. It's thanks to the physical body that we feel, we experience, we touch, we change lives, we hug, and we do all of these things. So usually we don't start life feeling this love because of all the societal conditionings around us. And so you have to go on this journey to master what loving your body really truly means. And then when you do it for yourself, you can help others master it for themselves. You are really good at helping other people feel in touch with their physical self.
Interesting. Interesting.
Often in the growth and personal development world, the focus is on the mind and the spirit, but we have mind, spirit, and body. When we don't include the body in that equation, we are limiting our capabilities. Tapping into and sharing it is a super powerful, because you're really helping people get back a whole lot of what their power is. No wonder you're drawn to Tantra, the physicality of it. Because it's true, through the power of the breath, through the power of pressure points and release, like all of these things are very like, okay, come back into your temple.
Yeah.
It's important. Mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
They all coexist.
I think I'm conscious for that one, but I'm excited to see.
Love of physical self and its power. 46.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
47. The need to have revelations.
totally see that as being conscious. I actually experienced my first revelation maybe like 2 years ago. Like my first big I was sitting on my couch and I was just like, I just had a fucking revelation. Like it was like the most mind-blowing, most beautiful thing. And I didn't really understand what it was until I was like, oh my God, that's what that was. It was such a beautiful moment that I always think back to, and that feeling just sits with me. And so that word, just seeing that word made me happy.
Superpower. Conscious or unconscious?
I would say conscious. I hope it's yeah, it's the first one too. Does that mean anything with the way that they're in order? Does that mean anything?
No, that
No.
doesn't mean
Okay.
anything. And now what's coming intuitively to me, because your brain slows down in the sun, let yourself, like when you're outside and when you're spending time with the sun and just really like throughout the day in the sunshine, like let yourself continuously have those revelations, because that's when your brain can do that.
I really think that what I'm going to focus on, what really like sat with me is with what you said and what you read from I don't know if it was one of my gifts or something in my reading, plus what Faustina said earlier about, she doesn't take anything till 12. And when you read with me, take your mornings slower. And I've always felt that way, and then leave that email or leave some things that you can do a little bit later, leave it until it feels right, which I have been doing more of, but do more things at night versus during the morning, during the day, let yourself kind of just flow through that. So that's going to be my experiment for the next couple of weeks and see how that works.
Love that. I love that. Give 54. The drive to provide for yourself.
I could see that as being conscious. Yeah, twice. Why did I have it twice?
Conscious and unconscious, right?
It's conscious, but oh wait, it is both. Oh wait,
Both. It's both.
what does it mean if there's two in my
So 50, do you get it? Look at 54. You're both consciously aware on personality level that you have the drive to provide for yourself, and you're also unconsciously on identity, your destiny level, that also drives you.
But there's two, but I'm on the conscious side twice.
What do you mean?
So the 54 is there
Yeah,
and then there's
the
one above it.
54 is right there.
Yeah,
That's the 54. So
but
it's
isn't there
it's
two of
right
them?
here. It's right here. No, there's only one. It's
Oh,
both conscious and unconscious. It's red and black.
you don't see the one above the one in the black though? There, maybe it's my screen, but
No,
54
there's
and
nothing
54?
there. No, there's only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, oh, it's 54, 53 is the one above it.
Oh, I see a 54.6 and then a 54.4 on the
Oh,
conscious side, and then above the conscious side, like on the same side, it's another 54.4.
yes, so both conscious and unconscious.
But they're both in black. Is it maybe showing? I
Oh,
don't know, maybe.
I see what I see what you're saying. Oh, interesting.
Right?
Gate of compromise and partnership. Success is achieved through harmony in deep relationships.
Interesting. Right.
So two planets, two separate planets were activated with that same definition at that same exact time, because these are different symbols of the different planets. Okay, see that? That's Uranus,
Yeah.
and that's Neptune. And they both were activated exactly the same way for you,
Okay.
which is the gate of compromise and partnership. Success is achieved through harmony in deep relationships.
So could that mean why for me it's so important to have like deeper, meaningful relationships and friendships and not, yeah.
Good. I'm glad you caught on to that. Important.
So
Huge.
that's why I'm studying a lot is because I feel like I want more powerful, like I want more out of it, you know? So that
And
makes,
now you know why.
yeah,
You want a deep connection. You also
yeah.
have the other deep gift. Deep. The desire to feel deeply.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, go big, go deep. Go deep for you. All right. The drive, 55, gate 55, generosity of spirit.
Hmm.
The way you master this gift is when you're in a in the high moments, use it all and max it out. And when you're in the down moments, don't take them to heart so much. They are not permanent, nor do they say anything about you as a person. They are just here for the contrast. And that serves you, because that's what creates that huge well of gratitude that you feel when you're in such a good place. Not everybody experiences gratitude to the same depth that you do. And you need to be able to experience the range of humanness in order to feel that. It's very spiritually advanced, an advanced place to be when you can understand that all of life, the good and the bad, is an interesting experience to the soul. Instead of being afraid of the scary, the uncertain, the sad, you can just be on the ride, knowing that the down moments are indeed what led to the sweet. And also, what makes the sweet so much sweeter when it comes. Conscious or unconscious, generosity of spirit.
I would say conscious.
Hmm.
Unconscious.
57, reading the room. I feel like you had another one that was similar to that. Tailoring the message, information, conscious. Didn't I, or did I already go through this?
I don't know.
Gate 57, reading the room.
I think maybe it was the one that was getting everyone on the same page.
Oh, wow. Not only do you have getting everybody on the same page, you also have the ability to read the room. Energies and what needs to be said and how it needs to be said based on reading your environment. This is a good one. Do you think conscious or unconscious?
I would say conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have it both two times too.
57. I don't know how you're seeing 2 times. I think something's going on with your screen.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about?
57
No,
point.
no, no, no. You're talking about up here. It's just the same activation in different planets.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Mars and
But it just means the
oh,
same.
no. That's 57.5 and 57.3. So in Mars and in
So does it mean the same thing when it's also the same in different planets though?
good question. I'm gonna have to jot this one down and go ask one of my more advanced colleagues.
Okay.
Sweetie pie, can I have a pen? Pretty please. Hold on. Let me repeat that question. So we have the activations. Okay, so it's a GIF. I don't even know if they're advanced enough to answer that question for me.
Because I have 57 and 2 planets and 54 and 2 planets.
Yeah, I wonder if the gift is just that's if it makes any difference if it's in 2 planets. A good question.
I feel like it has to. It has to be like more powerful or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna research this for you. 2 planets, same activation.
What are the 2 planets for the
So
57?
57 well 57 it's 57.5 and 57.3, but the other one is the one that I'm more curious, the 54.4, because they're both 54.4. That's marriage and enlightenment. I if I had to guess, I would say that it's like that's like the superpower that you have, that success achieved through harmony in deep relationships, compromise in partnership, and you're really into marriage. Like you desire marriage more than
Yeah.
others.
Hmm.
And I'll find out what exactly that means. Good question. Carry on. Okay. So last but not least, inner knowing, gate 61. You just know. Conscious or unconscious?
Conscious? Unconscious.
How can this be beneficial when you operate with your human design?
Well, to just trust my kind of intuition and kind of that gut instinct, I would think.
And just like know that you have this. So this is more inner knowing. It's different than gut intuition. It's just the knowing that you just know that you're supposed to go this way. Or you
Oh,
just know that you're supposed to do this. And you don't have an idea why, but you just do. And that's a gift that you have. And like you don't need to know why. You just know. You have this inner knowing. And this is all gonna come obviously with training more and more. And then it's gonna be like, oh, this is what it means. Like as you experiment inside your body.
mm.
This is exciting. All right, how are the gifts?
Amazing. Amazing. I'm really happy with them, honestly. How
Yeah.
many are there total?
So let's see. 1, 2,
Oh
3.
no, I meant like outside of just mine, like in general.
64. So remember
Six-
the video where I explained that 64 I Ching is the same as the 64
Oh yes.
64 codons of in our DNA. Yeah. This is very advanced.
Are there other gifts that you can like within training and time and whatever it takes to be able to also add those? Or is the gifts really just based on what you
This is who you authentically are, but remember what happens with another human. Watch this. You want to see what happens when you put me with you, what's happening right now on a quantum level? You go to compose it. I have a lot of people, and you go, where's Dasha? Dasha Love. Save and load. Bam.
wow.
Why is everything filled in? Because whatever, you see all the centers filled in? You
Yeah.
and I, this is why I know that we're going to do Tantra stuff. Well, not only that, we also have fireworks between us, but you and I can understand everything about life, and we don't need anyone else because we don't need anyone else to fill any centers.
I love that.
And this is rare. I've only seen this actually with me, I think once before. And that was with a romantic partnership,
Wow.
which I walked away from because he wasn't as evolved as I needed him to be at that point. And now I found a
Yay, that's amazing. I love it.
but literally everything.
Not all of the symbols are filled, or
So
is it the
these are all like the chakras, like the energy, like we have access to everything that we want to understand about life as a result of being together.
That's amazing. And what do the lines indicate? Like
So now
the
look, Dasha Love, do you see underneath the chart where it says 41.4, go all the way down to the bottom, you see the green?
yes.
This is what I bring to the table as a result of this. And the blue is what you bring to the table.
Okay.
So watch this. You go into chart details and it explains. So you and I have strong bond. We have a lot of fireworks. Some things in common. Fiona will influence Dasha energetically and sexually. If this is a romantic relationship, Fiona may be frustrated if she expects the same level of energy from Dasha. Because remember, I'm not an energetic body. Dasha will reflect back her partner's energy and may need time alone to feel grounded. Remember how people who are non-emotional need to disconnect from people that are emotional?
Yeah.
Fiona will influence Dasha emotionally. There may be trust issues in a relationship, and Fiona may not feel that Dasha understands her emotions. Dasha should not take emotions seriously and may need time alone to discharge from the emotional energy. Like I said, if we were dating, I would need some time alone sleeping.
Yeah.
If I was your daughter, either way. Dasha Love will provide the willpower in the relationship. Fiona may feel very empowered and confident with Dasha. Fiona should not compete with Dasha. Fiona may unwillingly pressure Dasha. Dasha should not use the pressure energy when needed, but take time alone to feel grounded. because you have the pressure center, which is, you have the root and you have the sacral, so you have pressure. Okay, both partners know who they are. They have clear sense of what they want and are able to establish boundaries in the relationship. Dasha will provide a sense of security, instinct, and timeliness in the relationship. Dasha may feel that Fiona is a bit clingy if we were together.
Yeah. It's just funny because like in romantic relationships, I'm like the furthest thing from clingy. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, I love that. That's good. That's good. Both partners will experience a sustainable way of thinking in the relationship. Both partners may feel inspired in the relationship and not worry too much about topics which don't concern them. Both partners may feel like they have found their voice in the relationship and be heard. So so you're emoting, which we showed the emotion and the family line. I am the initiating line, so I'm like a shaman transmuter, very shocking type of person.
And what's the emoting exactly again?
Hmm?
What's the emoting exactly again? Just the emotional, like.
Emoting. So again, emoting 55. Let's go into yours. Where are we at?
Okay.
So this is 55. Gate of abundance, Christian spirit of spiritual feelings, freedom of spirit to transcend the physical body, but that's not. The emoting, where do we see that? We saw that in your own chart, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Okay, any questions about this before I go back to that one to look it up again?
No.
But you see what's happening on the quantum level, right?
Yeah. I
And
love
when we dive into this even deeper, like as we're working together, it's like, oh, like it explains, like, so now like as we're collaborating, like we get to like imagine like that this is just an energetic dance of back and forth. Oh, I get to access this now. Oh, I get to access
right?
this now. Oh, look at that. What do you think of that? Like it's just yeah, it makes life so fun and easy. So emoting, let's go back to your emoting. Individual and emotional uncertain energy, which eventually settles. And you can look this up further by saying 5539 channel. If you just put it into Google, it'll explain to you even more.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Sweet. Ready for life purpose?
Yes.
Drum roll. The life theme, the purpose in this life, what you came to accomplish in this life. Right angle cross of rulership 3, to become wise about the world and then lead with that wisdom. So every human in this lifetime has a different theme. Your life theme describes the main energy you're meant to bring into everything that you do. It's called a theme because it's meant to run through all areas of your life. So the same mix of skills and the essence will bring you success and alignment, whether you're at work, at the grocery store, with your friends, all the same. When you live according to your life theme, that's when you know you're on the road to your purpose. So as far as the universe is concerned, your purpose is not just achieved at work. The universe does not compartmentalize like that. It wants to see you sharing your specific essence everywhere that you go. So when you bring your essence to the table, you signal to the universe and to people around that you're being who you are meant to be. This is when people gravitate towards you the most, when opportunities and synchronicities flood to you because you're simply being the person you came here to be. So all the good things that are meant for you finally fit.
Love that.
Yeah. You're a very keen observer of life's events and are very good at turning the observation into lessons and wisdom that we can use going forward. When you do this, people will look to you for a sense of safety and security and for guidance on how we can best handle things. In the uncertainty of the future, you help us find a sure thing. You will also express this wisdom in ways that people really connect to from the heart. Perhaps it's through art or creativity or through speaking it out. What matters is that you help people realize things that move their lives forward, and that you do things with the intention of making people feel like you've got their back.
Love that. That really resonates.
I know, I felt it from the moment I met you.
Oh. Thank you.
I want to leave the Mercury for us for another time when you're ready to talk about message and things, when you're ready for it. I feel like tonight this was already a lot.
Yeah, yeah. What does it exactly? Say it again. It's the
So
message.
the Mercury is if and when you're ready to create an offering
Okay.
and create that marketing path to become magnetic with that offering that you're going to create for the world, then we want to look into how we're going to communicate that through the Mercury.
I
And
already know what I have in
that's,
mind.
by the way, here, I'll even give you the numbers if you want to look it up if you're curious.
Sure.
The Mercury is that little 46.1, write that down. It's that little thing right there with the little two horns.
46.1.
So if you look up 46 conscious Mercury, it will explain to you what that is, what your Mercury is, how you will communicate.
Okay.
Oh gosh, now I'm curious. All right, hold on.
Let's do it.
Okay, 46. All right. You can do this. 46 conscious. Pushing upwards. See how the gene keys, they're intertwined in this whole system. It's part of the system. So gate 46, pushing upward, determination of the self.
What does that mean?
The true purpose of gate 46, if you follow your strategy and authority and thus unleash the potential of this gate, if you live according to your strategy and authority, you can be in the right place at the right time so that you can succeed and be discovered. You have the impulse to go in the right direction if the mind does not mislead you with some stories. You carry within you a deep devotion to life and the human experience, and you embody the love for the body and the carnal love lust. Your motto with Gate 46 is, who needs churches? Our body is the expression of the divine and its individual temple. With Gate 46, defined in your human design, you show your love very physically, very sexually, and love sex. You truly can succeed where others fail if strategy and authority are respected and have a talent for coordination in business.
Interesting. Very interesting.
There's a lot to decipher here. It's all still bringing me back to, it's funny, like the tantra work. It's interesting.
It's all, yeah, and I didn't even know this about myself. So I'm like, have I just been this tantra person this whole
Apparently so.
time?
And it's like the pushing upwards determination of the self, that like determination to understand yourself through your physical body.
Yeah.
And like through your own divine expression, through your own sexuality, sensuality, so understand yourself your way using your body.
That's so interesting because it's like that's not how I am, but like, so I'd like to be, but that's like so not how I am. So
But
it's
this
like,
is the Mercury. So the Mercury is the line of communication. So when we tune into your offer, if and when you're ready, this is all based on you, right? Then we look at that and how we can create that offering in a way that these are the type of words that we use in the communication, because this is what the outward world perceives you as.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
This is like the answers to like all of life's questions. And now we get to, all right, like how are we gonna massage it, and how ready are you and willing and wanting to really like fully step into your full potential? Because this is also at your own pace too.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's funny that you said you would like to, because see, the inner being like already knew, and like there was a reason why you were at this festival, why you resonated with this event, why you and I are doing this right now. Hello.
Exactly.
Why you walked up and you were like, oh, let's go.
full circle. It really is such a full circle. It's insane.
How good
Because
is this?
that's like the essence of why I was interested in human design too, but like the pressure pointer, or like the full body orgasm, that was what drew me. So it's just full circle.
So I got you, and here I'm showing you now through human design that you don't have to listen to me. You just trust your body, like
So crazy.
and ask for the experience is great. You want tantra, you want to get to know your body, so that way you can share that gift also with your physical touch, with your body, in whatever way you choose to do it, to help
Yeah.
people understand, push upward, determine, and understand themselves through their body.
Amazing. Mm.
Hello, Tantrika.
I would have never
Huh?
thought.
What'd you say?
I would have never thought, honestly, until,
But the thing is, the moment you approached me, because I saw how open and lit up you were, I was like, oh, whoa, wow, that energy. Wow. And I came to remind you, I love you.
Love you.
Thank you for doing this work, for being open, and welcome to the experiment and the blueprint of living life as yourself by your design, who you authentically are. And remember, we're going to support you on this journey of laughter, of crying, of just really learning how to navigate on energy, frequency, vibration level correctly as you, so that your true destiny can come through. You're fully supported, fully loved, and thank you for doing this, the work.
Thank you so much.
I love you, and I'll have the recording ready as soon as possible.
Perfect. Thank you.
Make sure you, all the downloads that you have, make sure you write that down in the planner, because things are going to start coming in, and make sure you capture everything, okay?
Everything that I have in my notes, I will take. And then I just wanted to ask, can I also, I don't think I have the 7 Fs on the,
Oh yeah, let me do that. Let me log you, let me get you 7F manifesting. Cool. Oh
and
my
any,
God, you're gonna
any
love it. And you better dance with me. And all these videos that I'm dancing, you better dance, all right?
I'll dance with you, absolutely. That's
Mwah,
not
I
a
love you.
question. Well, love you.
Love
Thank
you. Have a good night.
you
Bye.
too.